All right. Thank you for tuning in. Just wanted to show you a quick view of a map of Africa. And also we'll go over the names of the 54 nations that are in Africa. A lot of times, people in the United States, we talk about the continent of Africa, but have never even actually looked at the names of the nations. Now, I have done it myself, but I'm still not going to act like I just know quickly where each nation is located. Not everybody, is excellent at geography. But anyway, let's take a look. Let's zoom in. So here, if you can see my mouse moving over Morocco, it's kind of like I would call it the northwestern tip of Africa, right? Just northwest of Algeria. Then to the east of that, you got Libya, and then you got Egypt, which is what a lot of times they are called North Africa or Northeast Africa. Then you are going further east, you're heading over toward Jerusalem, Israel. And just as you can see here, Israel is connected to Africa. So it's really the same place. And the people in the ancient times, they looked very similar because they were all what you would call Negro or African looking people. So you got the Western Sahara, Mauritania. Wow, you got the city of Timbuktu, right? And there's actually a book called From Babylon to Timbuktu, which talks about the destruction of Jerusalem in 70 AD when millions of Jews fled from the Roman army from Israel into Africa. And so the Jews slash Israelites slash Africans or Hamites, right, biblically, they definitely are intermixed and related, right, on one side of the family or the other. You got Senegal, Mauritania, Guinea, Bamako. Like I say, you got Liberia, Sierra Leone. Forgive me if I don't know how to pronounce everything exactly. You got Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, Niger, Chad, Sudan. And I'm going to show you a database list of these as well that goes straight down by population. I'm just kind of give you a visual here. If I miss a few of them on the map, you can pause it and take a look yourself. And yeah, Cameroon, Ethiopia, you got Somalia, Kenya, Uganda. Look, you got South Sudan, Central African Republic, Gabon, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Angola, Tanzania. Let's see here. Nairobi. Oh, that's the city of Kenya. Yeah, never mind. I already said Kenya. Zambia. You got Mozambique. See, Botswana, South Africa, Namibia. Of course, that's an island over here off the coast of Africa. You got Madagascar. All right, so let's take a look at this list. Just a second. All right, so technically there are 54 countries or 54 nations in Africa today, according to the United Nations. All right, so they say the full list is shown in the table below. By the way, I'm getting this from, let's see, worldometers.info, right? They're just a database site that stores this info based on the country name, the population, at least as of 2020, and the sub-region. So we just go down the list by population, from the highest population to the lowest population that year. Nigeria, which is in Western Africa, you can see the population, 206,139,589. Then you got Ethiopia, which is in Eastern Africa. You got Egypt, which we saw was in Northern Africa. DR Congo, which is in Middle Africa. Tanzania, which is in East Africa. South Africa, I'll go through these kind of quickly. Kenya, Uganda, Algeria, the Sudan, Morocco, Angola, Mozambique, Ghana, Madagascar, Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, if I'm saying that right, Niger, Burkina Faso, Mali, Malawi, Zambia, Senegal, Chad, Somalia, Zimbabwe, Guinea, Rwanda. Some of us probably familiar with that because of the movie Hotel Rwanda, right? Benin, Burundi, Tunisia, South Sudan, Togo, Sierra Leone, Libya, Congo, Liberia, Central African Republic, Mauritania, Eritrea, Namibia, Gambia, Botswana, Gabon, Lesotho, Guinea-Bissau, let's see, Equatorial Guinea, Mauritius, Eswatini, Djibouti, if I'm saying that right, or Djibouti, right? Comoros, Cabo Verde, Sao Tome and Principe, and Seychelles, all right? Or Seychelles, however you say that. So those are the names of the main 54 nations or countries on the continent of Africa. Then they got some dependencies or territories here. It's kind of like the U.S. has territories of Puerto Rico, Guam, so on and so forth. So these are territories of Africa. So, we can at least familiarize ourselves with the names of the places in Africa, and then, as time goes on, become more familiar with the map itself, right? Shoot, it wouldn't hurt me to just get better at geography in general. Probably a lot of us, right? But I'm doing this because it can help one to get out of the subconscious mindset of thinking about Africa just as what can I say? When you think about history and the slave trade from there to here, right? And then a few of our people may have gone back there for visits or whatever. But when you think about it geographically, technically, it can kind of help us to get rid of that mental block that separates us from our past. You know what I mean? It's kind of like we living today, and we know that this thing happened, this transatlantic slave trade, but there's a mental and also a physical disconnect, right? Because we know nothing about Africa except for what we've seen on TV, what we've read maybe in a few books or seen on a video or two, right? And while there's nothing wrong with getting, information in general about our history, I think if we get some technical knowledge, and get some specifics about different places, it'll become more real to us, if that makes sense. So I'll just show you one other thing just in a moment, briefly. Okay, so I'm back on this list that they provide because I want to show you a database that I myself have created, not as in a complete database of the data here, but the capabilities, right? So you type in this search box, let me just type EG, and you see it starts to automatically filter, right? So I'm showing you this because a lot of our people talk about the technology or things that were taken from Egypt in the way of hieroglyphics, tablets, etc., etc. And, we look at this, but we're being tracked by these governments. And so any amount that we could track amongst ourselves would be good. And you can do that in the form of a database like what I'm about to show you. Now, I just quickly created this database and added these three in right before I made this video. So let me just click on one of them just to change something so you can see what I'm talking about. Instead of North Africa, I'm gonna just take the A off and save it. Now you see the A is missing, so let me put that back on there. So I'm showing you this because I think it wouldn't hurt for us to start honing our tech skills or whatever other gifts and talents we may have and organizing them, right? So if anybody has an idea of some type of database of information that you would like to see for our learning, sharing, building, you understand, we can build knowledge bases, we can build businesses, connections, so this is just a very quick basic example, but I'm just showing you that one of my gifts and talents, all praise to the Most High, is that I like creating and managing and manipulating data in databases, right? That's just something that I like to do, and I picked up, some of it I picked up the hard way. Then I learned how to do it professionally as well as on top of learning the amateur way first, right? But so I just wanted to point that out to you, that we can start creating, our own things. Instead of going to Egypt on a trip and taking a picture in front of the statue, as one brother mentioned several years ago, we need to be trying to take that technology, right, and use it because it's in our DNA. You know what I mean? And there's brothers and sisters who have all sorts of talents. So, we can make it do what it do, as they say. So I just wanted to show you that real quick, and I'll show you one more thing. So just like I was typing in their database and it filtered it, you know what I mean? So I'm going to search for the country name in here, and I'm going to just type EGY like I did up there and search. And you see it pulls Egypt out that I put in there. Okay, let me put NIG. Now it's pulling out Nigeria. You understand? I can come back and edit it, so on and so forth. So, yeah. So anyway, if you would like to see some information gathered that we could use as sort of a database, because people see when I made some other videos, right, when I was defending black men or Israelite men or Moors in this United States, right, defending brothers in this country, people were saying in the comments different things like blame, and you making excuses or whatever. That just put in some work. Well, I'm showing you. See, you think folks ain't working just because they on YouTube talking. That's not me. Because I actually know how to build a YouTube, right? All I need is time and opportunity. And, of course, some resources. Because YouTube is not just a quick website. They got data centers all over the nation and most likely all over the world, right? That's how these things operate. So, I'm just showing you that these people love to say, let's put in their work. Well, I'm showing you, look. Let's put in some of this tech work because we living in the age of information. So if y'all want to build something, right, and building ain't free. You understand? Doing complex database work is not free. But I done already put in the time, energy, effort, money to learn this stuff and do some real things. So I'm just showing you a basic idea of what I already know how to do. So I'm ready to put that work in. See, we get some of this tech money and some of this other money from other sectors, right, that's lucrative, and then we can take good care of our women and children, right? We own YouTube right now, but we could be YouTube for ourselves if we choose to, but that will take collaboration. There's no such thing as a one-man YouTube. I'm just telling you it's not going to happen. That's not being negative, that's just being factual. I know what it takes and what they have behind the scenes. They have huge teams of people working on this stuff, and they got artificial intelligence now. All right, so with that, I hope you liked the video. If you got any ideas how we can collaborate on something or something else you would like to see, just leave it in the comments and share with me. Or if you got something that you, a talent that you have or something that you would like to build or work on, just share it. And so with that, have a good day.